when it comes to so being forthright, I don't necessarily tune in too much to AEW. Like all of my other work I do and stuff like that, I'm usually writing during the days, and I'm doing social media work during the days. And if I can squeeze it in, then I'll try to watch some wrestling. So this week, I got to tune into AEW Dynamite, and I was pretty intrigued by they kind of changed almost the presentation in a lot of ways since I last sat in front of the screen and watched it for an extensive time. They seem to be more focused on promo game a little bit and more of the entertainment aspect of it all, of getting these personas over. And they really started off, though, with a pretty fresh match from two veterans in Dustin Rhodes and Christian Cage for the TNT title. It's okay if you guys haven't got to see the show yet, but did you guys happen to catch the show or not? Or
I didn't know Dustin came back.
Oh yeah,
when last week.
That's right, right?
Yeah, I think it was last week during Collision. I think he was in one of the matches, and then he really stood out in one of those matches, and then they gave him the title shot here.
Well, I usually tape it, and I haven't had a chance to see it yet. I was out to dinner for a birthday party, so I didn't get home till late.
Yeah. Magnum, did you see it?
No, I did not, and I wish I had, because Dustin's work today is some of the best work he's ever done. Mm-hmm. It's like the older he's got, the more seasoned he's got, the more people he's taught with his school, and just the more philosophical he's got on that end of the piece. He's got so much of his dad in him, and he's so athletic. And I mean, I was in Vegas when Cody and him had the big match when they first started that whole deal, and it was one of the most amazing matches I'd ever seen. And I watch him now, and I mean, he's had both shoulders done multiple times. I mean, just put all together, and he's just he's a walking miracle that he can even get around, much less go in the ring and do the things that he does. And Christian is, top notch tier guy too. So for them to have those two guys, I can only imagine. I ought to go back and watch it. I'm sure it was classic, and his stuff just holds up. Holds up really good.
Christian Cage has been doing some of the best heel work as of recent, when it comes to like how he gets such heat with the crowd and this whole like patriarch of his own family kind of thing. It's very funny, but it's also very very like heat inducing. So, and Dustin, yeah, it's just like he's had such a renaissance since like the 2013 when he came back. And he even mentioned earlier in an interview that he wants to be known more for being his sobriety than anything else. I think that's what he wants his legacy to be, is like how he overcame a lot of that stuff like that. And so it's just really, really cool to see. And it might be the mark in me when it comes to how much I love Dusty Rhodes and stuff like that. But I think the aspect of him getting a title run, like, I don't think that should be out of the equation for him.
Not at all. I mean, he could be ever as much to that organization as what the Undertaker was to the WWE, because he's got that classic timing. He's got that stature. He towers over, most of the people there. I mean, he could go out there and have a 10-star match with Samoa Joe, and can talk and can do it all. So, I've known him since he was like 15 years old. I mean, I remember him coming and moving in with his dad, and just full of vim and vigor and testosterone and everything in between, and all the trouble he could figure out how to get into, and watching his journey and his, to his point, the trials and tribulations that he has overcame, not in an easy way. Took multiple attempts and to reestablish himself and get himself on track. But once he did, he dug in and owned it and lived it, and that is something that he's left a mark that he can always look back on proudly. And now what he's doing in the industry, again, he's got several more good years in him. And if they were to decide to give him a little bit more push, he could hang out there with any of them.
Right. People get invested too.